Hi everyone, I'm David Smith, and I run Inthrive Advocacy Solutions, your solution for lobbying and advocacy. Before launching this firm, I was leading advocates in Virginia, and we brought real changes to our criminal justice system. Also worked for Delegate Kay Corey, where I ran her commerce and energy docket. Now, I'm bringing what I've learned through mentors and hard knocks to you. Welcome to Better Advocacy in 10 minutes or less. How'd you like that intro? A series of videos helping you become a better advocate so you can turn your passion into policy. Today, we're going to talk about picking patrons. Now, you have your idea and you need to get it introduced, right? You need a patron. No, that's not a patron. That's patron. Though, if things don't go well, maybe you will need a patron. But what you want is a patron. So what is a patron? A patron is a legislator that submits your bill for drafting. It's a legislator that presents your bill at hearings. And it's a legislator that will negotiate with others to make changes to the bill to get it passed and signed. So, how do you choose a patron? There are several things we can look at here. You want to see who has introduced a similar bill to yours in the past. You can search news reports or bill histories to see who's worked in this space before. Also think about who is your elected representative. If you haven't yet, make sure you get to know your state delegate or senator. These are the people most likely to help you since you're one of their constituents. They're going to champion your cause even if it's not part of their agenda, because they want your vote and the vote of your friends. You also want to look at who do you have a relationship with? Okay, maybe not that buddy-buddy of a relationship, but are there legislators you've worked with in the past or who have a social or professional connection to you? Any of these types of relationships will make them more likely to listen to you and be willing to introduce your legislation. You also want to think about who is politically advantageous to introduce your bill. So it's not just about who you know or who you're working with, it's about who has the power. So what party is in the majority? If you get a bill introduced by the majority party, it's that much more likely to actually pass and get signed. Maybe you want to know who is known as a fighter or negotiator. If you have a bill that's going to face some resistance, you don't want somebody who's just going to give up at the first sign of struggle. You'd want somebody who's willing to fight and negotiate to get your bill passed. Also, you want to think about who has the baggage that you want to avoid. Now, maybe not that much baggage, but what I'm saying here is sometimes there's something about a legislator's past or connections that means you should avoid them as your bill's spokesperson. It just doesn't look good and may even run afoul of ethics regulations to have a legislator patron a bill that will personally benefit him. Or maybe that legislator has had some run-ins with the legal system. It may look like she's trying to make her problems go away instead of advocating for the policy solution you've crafted. But what if this is the only person I can get? One of these folks I should really avoid. Well, then you need to educate some more legislators about your policy and get more folks on your side. Okay, but anyways, all that aside, so now you've picked your legislator. Now it's time to make that ask. If you've never done this before, it could feel like a sales pitch or like you're really begging for something. But instead of looking at it that way, let's look at it as an education opportunity. You have an idea, your passion turned into policy, that you want to share to turn this legislator into an ally. Okay, so it's not a sales pitch. You're not begging. How do you do this? First, you want to make an appointment with that legislator and or their staff to present your idea. Maybe you've already had some discussions with them and they have some idea about what you want to talk about. But if not, don't worry. That's what the meeting is for. When you have your meeting, you'll show the problem and how your bill proposal would be the solution. Now for more details about that, check out my video on the two-step method. But for now, though, remember you want to keep your presentation succinct and straightforward. What's the problem? And how does your bill solve that problem? Finally, you want supporting documentation. You want supporting documents. And this can be any sort of thing. This can be things like media reports that show the problem that your bill is addressing, scholarly articles that go into depth about how your solution would fix the problem, and this first person accounts from people telling them about how this problem is affecting their lives and how your solution would make their life better. All right, so you've done this. You made the appointment. You had your meeting. You brought that supporting documentation. You had this wonderful pitch. And congratulations! Yes! The legislator said yes, you have a patron. But what happens next? Don't worry about that. We'll cover that in next week's video, Working with a Patron. But wait. What if they said no? It can be hard to not take it personally. But here's what we need to do. We need to not take it personally. There are a host of reasons why a legislator might turn you down. Maybe they're at their bill max. Maybe it's an area of policy they aren't comfortable with. Maybe they like the idea, but there are some political things happening that mean they can't introduce it this year. That's okay. Don't take it personally. These legislators have their own reasons. But be sure to ask for feedback. Are there parts of the bill they think you could improve? Do they think you need more public support or maybe a bigger coalition? Would they patron it if you talk to more legislators and got some more folks on your side? What do they think you need for success next time? Also ask, who do they recommend? Maybe this bill isn't right for them, but they like the idea, and they could recommend another legislator. Legislators talk and work together. It's common for legislators to refer bills to their colleagues until the right patron is found. And usually, the legislator that passed on the bill will still sign on as a co-patron. All right, so don't give up. Even if they turn you down, don't give up, especially if you're addressing a controversial or one of those third rail topics. Even if no one says yes this year, you're still building relationships for the future. This struggle is worth it. Trust that you're learning and you're growing and you are making your bill stronger and your policy solution better, and you're going to be more likely to get that passion turned into policy next time if it doesn't work this time. All right, thank you so much for watching this short training on picking patrons. Like and subscribe to the Inthrive Advocacy channel to get notifications of new videos. Be sure to check back every Friday for a new Better Advocacy in 10 minutes or less video.